Okay, let's chop some bitter melons. Okay, see, this is actually a bitter vegetable, and all these grown in my garden, so I'm proud to say that these are really mine. You don't have to do any work to grow bitter melon. Have you noticed that? Have you ever heard about bitter melon? I'll tell you some stories about bitter melon. Okay, so this look kind of spiky and spooky. Similarly, it's actually really bitter because of its alkaloids. It is really bitter. Bitter melon. So what I'm going to do is I picked up about 24 or something from my garden. Oh, don't think I have a beautiful garden or big garden. No, I actually scattered, I don't know, maybe 10 or 20 seeds when I first came to this house. Like I have a new place to live here now. So 6 months back I put some seeds there. Okay, so now it start like I think I fertilized one time, like some nutrients I gave to them. Other than that, I didn't do anything. Of course, I put a big metal wire over the kind of roof so that they can grow. That's all I did. Of course, I watered, I don't know, maybe 10 days in last 6 months, maybe 10 or 15 days. I'm not sure, I don't remember though. Other than that, I didn't do anything, and they are making like a lot of vegetables, lot of fruits. I should say this is their fruit we are stealing and eating, right? So the story is, this is actually a vegetable. This is common in India and some of these East Asian countries. If you are not from those places, you might not know what it is. That's why I'm explaining. Okay, I'm from Kerala, India. It's like in Malayalam it is called, what is it called? Pavakya. I even forgot. Gosh. Okay, so this is like actually ripe fruit seeds. So once it is ripe, and see that seed, it's very slow to grow. Like it takes some time. So if you are leaving it in the soil, don't expect like a bean to grow within 24 hours. Okay, no, it takes like weeks to grow. Maybe I don't know, 2 weeks maybe. And sometimes the seeds don't grow, especially if you buy online. First time I bought online, so it didn't grow well. But if you plant about 25 to 50 seeds, sometimes 1 or 2 plant grow. But once you get, you will get a lot of seeds. You can see that it's like a lot. So I will sprinkle this in the garden. Okay, what I learned from growing bitter melon is, animals hate to eat this plant. So if your garden is eaten by any animals, or like even starting from caterpillar to big deers, like, or anything wild, they don't come near bitter melons because it smell, the leaves has a specific smell, so they don't like it. So next year I am going to do something. Okay? My plan is, I have so many deers coming into my property. Okay, unlike in India, here we don't have a wall, brick wall over my property, like around my property. So Maybe I should just make a 8 feet fence or something, but it looks ugly, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I have to think about it in the future. But my problem is I started growing couple of things like beans and all. Everything was eaten by this my wild animals. See, what is that? Deers. Like I have a deer and two twin babies, like twins there, babies. They ate everything. So after, like, I don't know, couple of weeks, this bitter melon grown, and they are not going near the bitter melon plant at all. Of course, they destroy everything, walking around and eating everything. For example, like, for instance, what do you call sweet potatoes? You know, I planted a sweet potato from, like, you know, from the root, and it was really healthy. But one fine morning, they just ate every leaf. So I'm kind of upset with them. I like them, but I don't want them to eat my garden. I am not sure what to do yet. But what I figured out in this short amount of time is they don't like bitter melon. They never come near bitter melon. I seen them sometime grazing near that area, but they never go nearby. So that is the reason I'm thinking about making a fence with the bitter melon. So how am I gonna do that? Maybe I have some T-posts, so I can just make sure to put, like, I don't know, 4 T-posts, and then use some metal wire, make a square, you know, the border of my garden. I am going to make sure, that's what my plan. Okay, next, like a springtime, like maybe next February, I'll start doing that. Hopefully I get time. I'm not sure. I cannot plan and do certain things like I wish I can, you know? I wish I can do that. Anyway, so my plan is to put all these metal wires and use all these seeds. I will save all these seeds. And this is like not ripe seed, so hopefully not this one. Well, I think I have some. I'm going to put all these seeds on that area and make a fence. So these little deers are going to struggle getting into my garden, passing through that bitter melon leaves. Hopefully, that's my dream. Okay, hopefully that's going to happen. I'm not sure whether they hate bitter melon or not. I'm just assuming they don't like it because I didn't see them eating any of the leaves or coming nearby. So that inside that area I can grow something, whatever I wanted. Okay, and what I was saying is about this is bitter melon story. You know, after planting this, okay, it started growing. All the seeds grown. Okay, all these seeds sprouted. Okay, and got all these little bitty plants. And I put some okra. Okra means vendakya. Venda. In Malayalam it is called venda. Okay, so the okra, I like okra because, oh, that's another food. We will talk about okra some other time, you know, because I didn't have success in okra, because the reason is the day I planted all these seeds, that time I was like, oh, excited. I had little bit time, so I planted everything, right? Like beans, okra, some red spinach, all these I planted. And after 2 days, I saw all these beans were sprouted, and within like 3 or 4 days, these deers ate everything. So I was kind of upset. After that, I didn't even look at the okra, but the okra gave a couple of, I don't know, very less. Usually okra gave like a lot of vegetables, but it turned out to be like my okra was not successful this time because I didn't plant on this in the sunlight. Actually, you need plenty of sunlight for all these vegetables, right? Because that's where it's going to synthesize food. So the site where I planted was little bit shady because I was starting from one end, because I have this pine trees on my property, so it's little bit shadow. Other places have a lot of shadow. So wherever I planted this, it looks really, it gets sunlight, but not like 100%, okay? So therefore, I don't have much okra. So the next time I'm going to plant okra a little bit, like really, hopefully, let's see, a little more okra seeds and towards the sunlight, so that I get more okra. Okay. And about the bitter melon, oh, bitter melon didn't care about sunlight or whatever. It started growing crazy, and now it is too late because I bought this house only like in not even 6 months, I believe. So I got only very less time. Even then, you're supposed to plant these seeds on May, or I don't know, not May, March or February, right? I did only on June or July. I believe it is on July. Yeah, July. And for last 1 month it is fruiting. That means it's started fruiting. I am picking fruits. That's a lot. I don't think I can eat all this. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do now. I will cut some. I don't think it's going to be a boring video. For me, it is so boring. So I plucked a lot of bitter melon and refrigerated. I have like 2 bags of bitter melon sitting in my refrigerator. I'm supposed to cut it, but I didn't get time and I was so bored to do that. And I got an idea. Let's make a video and cut it. At least I will do my job, okay? And therefore I am here, okay? So let me cut at least little bit and store it, okay? So this is what I plan. I'm going to chop this. Hopefully I'll be succeeding. Let's see, let me put it in a different direction. See? Okay. So this is the best way to do. Since I have that, see, right here, it all colored there, you know. Okay, I'm going to chop this. This is going to, don't use the headset. If you are using headset, I don't think anybody going to watch this video. I'm sure. But I have a plan. I will tell you after some time, okay? Why I'm doing this, there is a reason. I will explain to you. So, I sharpened this knife, but it is not sharp enough. That's the reason it is not like, see, I may have to divide into two little pieces. See? So actually I'm so bored. This is Saturday. I can do travel, I can do party, go do something, but I don't want to do any of those. So you end up being alone sometimes. Also, it is better to sit alone if you are working in a busy lifestyle job, you know. It is better to have your own time on weekends, especially Saturday, Sunday specifically, or if you get evenings or like at least Saturday. So I decided to spend time doing some kitchen things, but I don't get time to cook. That's a problem. I would love to cook every day. Oh, if I cook once in a week, that's all I needed. Going to refrigerate for a week, that's all. You don't have to cook every day. Oh my god, I can't believe my parents, you know, in India, like we have refrigerators, but we are used to cook fresh food. But that's a lot of work, you know. I would love to saute this bit melon in like, I don't know, in the next 2 hours. Hopefully I'll be done with everything. And then I wish I can just saute and eat fresh. But who has this time, right? So I'm going to store it in this one. And at the end, when it is filled, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, okay? So my plan is actually, I should tell you now, my plan is to chop all these and store in, okay, let's finish this. Store in the freezer. Sorry for that big noise, okay? Don't worry, I think this is not a good knife. That all. This knife is good. This is a small knife, but it is really sharp. I think this is easy, but I cannot prevent that noise, okay? Maybe I should buy a, I thought this is a rubberized this cutting board. It has some rubber cushion and stuff, but still that making the noise. Okay, I'm going to cut everything and pack it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it. That's my plan, because in next 2 months I'm sure bitter melons will be dying, and you know, it will be, fruits will be over that time. The problem is I don't make Indian food that often, okay? But I know bitter melon is healthy, so I should eat it. Okay, let's talk about bitter melon's health benefits. Okay, it is not a single benefit, it has benefits. That's what I'm assuming, okay? Because I heard people who have had diabetics, they drink bitter melon juice. I have no idea how they can drink bitter melon juice, because it is so bitter. This is bitter. I don't want to even try, okay? I can saute with a olive oil and eat it, but not the raw one. I tried it. If there is a bet or something, I can do it. But other than that, I don't want to even try. There is a reason. I will tell you that why, okay? So this is plant product, right? This has a lot of plant alkaloids there, terpenes, like triterpenes, I believe, saponites, oils, you know, and maybe bunch of minerals. All these are good for your body. I am sure some may be harmful, but nobody reported any like a strong harm effect. That's why this is an edible vegetable. This is edible. Okay, there are different types available. This is the one I go. You go to some Asian stores, you can see some white color, and some of them without even having the bitterness. I don't know whether I prefer that one, because bitter melon is bitter melon. That may be the original one with all the benefits. So this is the one I prefer to buy. Okay, so this one, sorry, I'm not buying. Of course I used to buy this also. Now I have it home, and this is going to help your body. People say immune system benefit also. There is no proof. I was looking at one of the papers, published papers, the research article. So that is in the NIH, right? You can trust that one most of the time. So they are saying, even though people or some of the research, very small group of researchers say that it has some antiviral property. That means in anti-HIV, immunity. What is it? It is like it regain little bit immunity, so it is helping HIV patients. I am not sure about it. Also, there is no relevant studies available at all, so I don't believe that's that part of the story. Okay, I don't believe, like, let's rule out the HIV, because that's a strong thing to talk about now, because it has to have so much evidence, right? But antiviral, maybe, I'm assuming, because little bit. I don't know about the cold virus and all, like a rhino, but maybe little bit immunity against. Nobody talked about antibacterial though. I wonder that. Anyway, so I still don't know about antiviral, because HIV and other viral studies, I couldn't get time to look at it. I don't have time to read all those things, so I didn't pay much attention. Anyway, about the second one people talk about is about anti-neoplastic, anti-cancer, right? The primary one I will talk about, that is the glucose thing, okay, diabetics one. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I was talking about this anti-neoplastic. That means neoplastic means anti-cancer, right? Cancer drug, cancer effect. So that is the similar thing. Nobody proved, like clinical proof is not there. If you have clinical proof, something, even if it is a small trial with a couple of, then we can trust. So any of the other claims are not proved. But this NIH article is saying only, only relevant data available is hypoglycemic effect. That means if you eat bunch of bitter melon like raw, you are going to have a low glucose in the blood. That means something is going on, isn't it? Something going to affect the metabolism of our glucose. So that's a good thing, right? I'll talk about that. Okay, so here is the story. In US or FDA didn't even, like, there is no approved drug for diabetics or hyperglycemic drug, anti-hyperglycemic drug. So there is no drugs based on bitter melons. FDA never approved anything. So if somebody talking about that, I don't think so. I think I looked at this recent article and I didn't see that. So therefore, I don't believe in that. But there are some other, I'm sure like in India and other countries there might be some tablets available or some, I don't know whether they approved any other drugs, I didn't look at it. So എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ this is important. Someday there might be some studies coming out with enough clinical data so that we will find a drug, but for the time being we don't have any reliable drug instead of eating bitter melon. Okay, that means they're going to chop all the bitter melons and put it into a little tablets and give you. But of course you can buy bitter melon powder and all the other options available online, right? I know if you are living in, where is it, like in a big metropolitan city with a, I don't know, 105th floor, you don't get an option to grow bitter melon, right? I lived in that situation, so now I would love to have some gardening. That's the reason I moved to a different place so that I can have a garden and have my own yard and property and everything, right? So anyway, we will talk about that some other time. Anyway, let's talk about the bitter melon. So if you are living in that condition, you won't be able to grow a bitter melon. So your option is to buy those powder and tablets or something. But keep in mind, these tablets, how to explain to you? Okay, you can take any plant supplements or nutrient supplement over the counter, but there is a big problem, because the difference between FDA approval and the regular tablets, the regular drugs, is the content is not controlled, so there you have no idea what is in it, right? People who are making this might know, but sometimes they might not even know everything, whatever in it. And another thing is the concentration. It is not every time well balanced. Every time, every tablet, every bottle, when you try, it will be different concentration. So therefore you will not know what is how much you are taking. And also, if accidentally some other common, for example, if they crush some of the plant leaves or plant products, like even think about bitter melon, if they crush and make a tablet, and if that is not, it has some oils or some alkaloids which is not good for your body, it is going to be big trouble for you or whoever eating that, because there is one of the alkaloid or one of the oils in that will be too high sometime, or it can be too low, whatever the reason. So we have no idea how much it is. I'll give you an example. Okay, you heard about fish oil, right? Omega-3 fatty acid, right? Like fish oil, people talk about fish is good for your skin, eye, all those, right? Like old days when people go to Dubai and like Gulf countries, I remember when in India I'm talking about, like they bring like a tons of fish oil, right? 7 Seas, one of the brands, one. Anyway, so what I'm saying, I still remember when I was a child, my dad used to bring that. Okay, what about the case? What I'm talking about is about fish oils. That fish oil has over-the-counter medication, and also there is that is over-the-counter fish oil tablets. Also there are some medications available, FDA approved drugs available. I don't remember, some ethyl something, right? I don't know, it starts with I, end with ethyl. That is a FDA approved drug, which is fish oil supplements. That is to take to reduce LDL, right? Low density lipoprotein. Okay, so LDL cholesterol. Okay, you can take. Oh no. What is it? No, sorry about that. It is to reduce triglycerides, I believe, not LDL. I'll tell you the reason. So if you are going to eat a bunch of fish oil tablets, right? Like, okay, it's good for you, so let's take it. The problem is this has an adverse effect or side effect. It can shoot up our LDL, okay, low density protein. That's not good, right? Triglycerides is not, it is okay. If it is too much, it can kill you. But LDL is the real big guy. It can really kill people because people can get heart attack if you have too much LDL. Therefore, you should never take, my advice, if it is not prescribed by a physician or FDA controlled drug, then you know, right, how much is the dose. You can read or research or you can listen to the advice. But if you are just randomly buying over-the-counter medications and taking a bundle of fish oil, I will never advise you to take every day. Do not. The reason, scientific reason I am telling you, it is going to ruin your body. It's really, really dangerous because it can shoot upside. Okay, it's good for your skin, eyes, and some of the enzymes are elevated, and so that will be good, but not always. So be careful. You can eat maybe once in a week, maybe twice in a week, and not every day. You go eat like a fish, not fish oil, like a tablet. Just buy fish, right? We will talk about that some other time. Let's finish the bitter melon story because I have to stop. I have to finish this and do my stuff. Oh, I wish I just don't work and just live my life calm and quiet. Someday I have to do that. Anyway. Okay. Here, like I said about the fish oil, don't like misuse the cod liver oil or fish oil tablets. Instead, eat fish, right? Similarly, I'm saying instead of eating the bitter melon tablet or powder, it's better to eat bitter melon like fresh. So you can guarantee that whatever things available inside, that is, you are getting fresh. That's a good thing, right? Some things like when you dry, that's another thing. People cook a different way. Some people like to dry this and eat, or some people add it in the tea. But I don't prefer that. The reason is, yeah, if I have a lot, I can dry, but I don't have time to do all those things. But you can do it, right? You can even buy dried bitter melon. I'm not sure. I never cooked and see how it tastes like, But I'm sure about it. It is not that healthy because when you dry this vegetables, I'm not sure about freezing either, because freezing that's what I'm going to do because I have so much, right? So I cannot eat and finish eating this. Like I gave to one of my friends. That's the one person who eat bitter melon, because you don't find people who eat bitter melon. That's a problem, right? That is, like, maybe people don't know, but some people hate that taste. But I remember when I was a child, like I came to know, I think my mom said that it's very healthy because I always trusted her, and when she says something, I'll be very careful. I'll be listening to her. So she used to say bitter melon is very good for your body. So I don't even think anything. I just try to eat when she cooks, right? And I end up in liking the taste, you know. Let's pack this, okay? So this is what I'm going to do, okay? I have this Ziploc bag. I'm going to take this and fill this Ziploc bag. This is actually very thin Ziploc bag, you know. So like this may not survive the freezer, you know, freezer. So I'm going to take this one. This may be better because it's thicker. Okay, I am going to pack in this one. And put it in the freezer, okay? Okay, so this is what we will do. So because I already did this, okay, sometimes I just don't sit like this and do this, like chop, like very fast chopping, wash and do all those in the kitchen sink area. So I don't even have time to think anything. I'll listen to something, you know. So that's the time I do double job, right? Maybe I'm sure you are the one, you do the same. You may be very busy too. So nowadays what we do is, even if I shower, I'll be listening to something important so that I don't waste that time. So similarly, but you know, during shower we have to replay that part, right? We may miss it. I have to do that. Same, but while I cook, I listen to something. I will tell you all those in future. So this is what I will do. So see, I could have removed all the air, but I didn't do that. I just want to do that because I'm lazy or what. So I have to fill my freezer with all this because I already have a couple of bags. So this is what I will do, okay? So I think I have about 10 bags of this one. If somebody makes food every week, like I make food, I never make like this kind of food, you know. But if you make Indian food every week, you can use it once in a week, this bag. It is very, very healthy and very useful, you know. But let's see how many bags I can get. Somebody will cook today. Okay, so bitter melons powder, right? Powder and tablet. So you be careful if you are buying and eating that, because it might not be good always. Be careful, okay? But in someday there is a bitter melon tablets. Sorry, it's a drug approved by FDA. Oh, you can try that. And you don't have to worry about anything. Just go eat some bitter melon. Okay. So let's finish that part. What about, we were talking about the benefits, right? So I was talking about anti-cancer drugs. I didn't see anything about anti-cancer one. Maybe if you eat bitter melon every week from your childhood up to, I don't know, maybe 50 years of age, maybe you get good immunity, and maybe because your white blood cells will be very small. Like, I don't know, maybe it will be, I'm not sure. There is no, I didn't look at it, that specific studies. I don't have time to read. You can go and research. But it is not well established. That means there is no clinical studies available to prove that it can definitely do anti-cancer or antiviral properties, okay? We don't know. I'm going to keep it in this bag, one of that, because maybe I can use it earlier, not like months. Can keep it shorter time, okay, because this plastic is very thin. That's why I was telling, if you use thin plastic in the freezer, it has a double lock though. For the freezer, it's better to use this kind of, like I like the other Ziploc with that, you know, zipper on it. But the problem is in the freezer, this is more airtight than the other one. So I'm going to use this. Because it is thin walled, this might not protect this vegetable in the freezer. So let's see. Whatever the case it is, I have some more melon to go. So let's do it. If you are so bored, come back and watch later, okay? So I'm going to finish this. Okay, let's finish the drug story, okay? So bitter melon, if you plant and if you eat fresh, I believe that, because I eat and I believe it is healthy. But the problem is, if you have already some diseases, you should never eat this kind of food, like grapefruit, or like you know about the term Azafoetida. In Malayalam it is called kayam. That is called Azafoetida, okay? Those has a lot of influence on our liver enzymes, okay? So in that case, if you eat certain drugs, like certain plant products even, it can affect your other health conditions. If you are taking some other medication, it can interfere. Therefore, if you have all those, you may need to talk to your doctor. Is it okay? Ask them, okay? Otherwise, you need to take your own risk, you know. If you're really healthy, you know, this is a food, right? Edible. So I bet you can try this, yes. Okay. So anyway, I used to eat it, but we didn't eat a lot. I believe, like, if I have a child someday, I don't know, someday, or if God give me, I'll take it. That time I'm gonna make that kid to eat like a lot of bitter melon. That's what I believe, because I don't want them to eat sugar, no candies. I'm going to show them, okay, here you go, today's candy is this piece. At the end of the day, they have to finish that thing. Maybe that's how I'm going to teach them. It's going to be fun, right? I don't know. I wish I can do like that, you know. So that instead of buying candies, they will eat tomato. What I'm saying is, my mom did that to me. I remember she told me, right? When I was a baby, my mom and dad was working like every day. He will go to work. My mom was, I am alone with my mom, so my mom has to have, there was no babysitters. So of course, she was away from our family, right? Our grandparents and all. So that's her. So she told me she used to wash a tomato during like about 10 a.m. or something, 10 or 11. She has to cook lunch, right? So what she do is, she make me sit in a place where in the kitchen, and make me eat, like she made me eat tomatoes or potatoes. These are the two choices she always tell me. I can ask her again, you know. Anyway, so she bake a potato, peel everything and give it to me. Okay, gave to me before. So what I do is, for next 2 hours, I was baby, right? I have no idea what that is, so I just eat it. That's all I knew, because children are like that. You just eat and eat, right? So I ate all those and I become messy, right? Then when she finished her work, she will take me to the shower and like, oh, clean now. So similarly, she made me to eat all the raw tomatoes, right? So I'm not talking about like 10, 15 years or like 20 years, maybe 30 years, I don't know how many years. Like things are changing recently, like right after 2000, if you think about it. Like if you buy tomatoes from store now, it is not that healthy, right? We can discuss all those in future, right? So anyway, I believe whatever tomatoes she bought was good one, hopefully. Okay, anyway, I used to eat raw tomato because that's the reason I love tomatoes. Tomatoes, you can make anything with tomato. And I remember like one of my friends, he's a physician actually. So like usually like people, what do? They just eat. If you have to go somewhere, you just take some protein bar or something to eat, right? This friend of mine, why I'm saying is, it is a very thing to learn. It is good for everybody. So he cut all the tomatoes into like little pieces, right? Maybe 1 or 2 tomatoes, and put it in a Ziploc bag with a little bit salt. Okay, you should try that. Oh my god, it is so good. Anyway, so I saw this one time. If you go out, you don't grab a Ziploc bag full of tomato and drink it halfway, the tomato juice, and eat it, right? Like we don't even think about that. But I seen that day. But I remember like I was really obsessed with tomatoes, so I really like it too. Later, I did sometimes, like, you know, once in a while, if I'm so hungry, I don't need to have food actually. I can just take 1 or 2 one tomato. I can try that, right? You should try that. Very ripe tomato, and chop like this, very thin slices, and then very thin little pieces, and mix with salt and put it in a Ziploc bag, okay? And then you can, you know, you can eat after about, you make sure to keep at least 10 minutes. If it will be very good if you do it after 30 minutes, okay? So, oh my god, it tastes really good, you know. It's also, I don't know if you have like a renal, like a kidney stone or something. I don't think, some people say that you should never eat tomato salt because, sorry, tomato seed because it has oxalates in it. I don't think you can, I'm not sure. There is don't much proof there. So I don't believe it. Okay. I know that I am not going to eat like 100 tomatoes a day, right? No. Like 1 tomato a day is not a problem. Like, of course, that's also, I don't want to do it every day, right? If it is raw, okay, you can cook and eat. That's not the case. If you are eating raw, it's not like people always say that an apple a day keep the doctor away, like those kind of story. My advice is like don't do everything every day. Don't eat anything every day. People talk about milk, you can drink every day, egg. I prefer to do not every day, okay? So just do every other day or something. So if you eat tomato, it's good. You don't feel hungry also. You can just walk around without eating anything, because I something going on, because that's a raw tomato, actually raw, like a ripe tomato with the salt. That will keep you little bit not to eat too much, you know. That's the reason every country people eat tomatoes in salad. You notice that? Salad, you cut cucumber because it is also has a lot of water and minerals, and you eat tomatoes, right? That is the main reason. Anyway, why am I talking about tomato, right? Let's finish this story. So my mom used to give me tomatoes to eat raw. She told me at some point, she made me to eat this bitter melon, raw bitter melon. But I don't even remember. Of course, I don't remember anything, but I don't know whether I ate any time. But I tried after I hear from her. I tried when I was in school days, but I cannot eat bitter melon. Oh my god, it is so... Like, I can act like, oh my god, I'm eating. See, I can eat it. I can act like I'm doing, but I don't enjoy. You know, if you do something, like for example, if you give me tomatoes to eat, a raw tomato, I'll be very happy to eat, you know. I'll be okay. But if you're asking me to just eat this one, I can do that, like to show you like I can eat, but I don't enjoy that. Similarly, I don't think. Other than that, I used to eat like maybe, I don't know, once in a month or something when she cooks bitter melon. But if I get a child, I'm going to make her eat or him to eat bitter melon and lot. That's what my plan, okay? So, let's talk about the glucose effect, right? That is actually, there are clinical studies showing, but still you have to be very careful. I didn't say it is approved by a food. I don't think so. I didn't read any of that. There are some small clinical studies, very short term. That's significant, okay? Because short term only, but still you have clinical studies in animals and humans showing that it can reduce glucose level, right, in the blood. So that means it's going to affect the metabolism of glucose at some point. Nobody knows. If you are a student or like if you know somebody in research, tell them, go find out that, because that is still available. It is proved that it can reduce glucose. That means if you just make a juice of bitter melon, some people drink it, right? So, and drink that together, it can reduce glucose drastically. But that is not healthy for your body. You know what I'm saying? Your brain cell, they need to have glucose, because if you just shoot down a lot of glucose from the body as like a very quickly, that is going to be very dangerous for your brain cells, you know. Another point is your liver, brain. Okay, first point, because if you are walking around without oxygen, brain is going to be starved, right? So you don't want that. You need glucose. That's a reason when people get hypotension, one of the reason brain is going to be like, you feel fainted, because the brain is running out of food, nutrients, right? So you have to make sure you don't drink bitter melon juice like a competition or something. No, I should never advise that. The reason is it will be dangerous to your brain. It will be dangerous to your liver, because your liver has to monitor everything, right? Whatever you eat, anything. If you eat like a candy, chocolate, or drink water, or eat poison, anything, water to poison, anything you do, it has an effect passing through the liver. Of course, water can absorb everything from the stomach, but talking about the food item, it is monitored by liver, right? So the liver, what it will happen is liver cells will be getting a shock. But one interesting thing is, so I'm saying you are going to stress out your liver, okay? Liver going to be very sad. Liver cells will be like suffering if you are drinking, but you don't know what is going on inside the liver, right? Liver cannot talk to you directly, so indirectly you get signals. So you don't know. So therefore, do not drink like at a stretch. Bitter melon juice like a competition. Do not do that. Maybe, I don't know, you make a bitter melon juice, and I don't know who do that, but maybe people do it. Okay. So my suggestion is just take little bit morning, maybe lunchtime little bit, and night little bit, maybe, I don't know. I don't want you to drink like at one time. that is going to burden your liver and maybe your kidney also. Maybe, I don't know what are the things it's going to filter. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't do much reading about that. I don't have time to read, but if I have time someday, I'll make a video. Okay, so let's talk the basic thing. So if you have any plan to drink bitter melon juice, or if you are doing now, please do me a favor. Okay, don't plan to drink at one stretch, because that is the reason you get like a very low glucose level in the blood for like within, like very fast, very quick, right? That is not a good thing, you know. That's the reason when you take medication, you don't take like a high dose, right? Similarly, you are taking bitter melon, like it's like a medicine, right? If you are taking something, it is affecting your body, it's going to reduce all the glucose level. And also, whatever this I was talking about, all these what is it, plant alkaloids and saponids and what, like all those terpenes, oils, these things, you have no idea what it has. That is like millions of chemical structures. Plants, why do they make these bitter things in the plant? Because they don't want animals to eat them, right? That's why plants make bitter things, right? This is also, they look like very spiny, the fruit, so the animals don't eat it. It's like tricking them, right? So they put all the bitter things, the animal hate it, so they can reproduce, right? That's why the plants adaptation. So we have no idea what these plants are making. Okay, humans are smart, but not yet. Someday somebody has to figure it out, of course. So they are going to find all these one day and let you know. But for the time being, you have no idea what are the things in this bitter melon. So you try if you wanted to try raw. I am not bold enough to try raw because I love my liver. Okay, I love my liver. If you wanted to get the proof, here is the proof. I do not drink alcohol. Why? I love my liver. Okay, that's a reason. Okay, so therefore, to protect liver and your blood and your body, do not eat all the bitter melon or drink bitter melon juice at one stretch, or consult a doctor, or take your own risk. Okay, I think that's what I will say. But there is no clinical studies available to prove that you can get liver failure. I don't think so. There is no proof there. But you need to use your common sense and knowledge, like, you know. So when this, like, people who know things, when they talk about, and when you go read articles and research clinical studies, or not only clinical study, the lab studies, right? Like which part of the cell is affected by this one. So when you hear these things, you have to make sure to use your brain and see why they are talking all this, you know. Anyway, so that's not the point right here. So be careful when you eat a raw bitter melon. That's the one point I have to say. Okay, let's talk about the reducing blood sugar. Okay, so there are human and animal studies, small clinical studies even have it showing reducing blood sugar. So can you just depend on bitter melon for diabetics? I am not sure about it. I still don't know, because that I have to read really a lot to say that. And there is no FDA approved drugs available either. So in that case, okay, for the health benefit, like you drink water, or like, you know, like you eat other food, vegetables, you can include this food, which is very healthy. That's what I believe. Like kale or anything you add in your diet, you should add bitter melon. This is a cool vegetable according to my knowledge. And This is not an advice or anything. Do not take it. This is just I made a video. It is because I'm so bored, and so I thought I can make some video and make some strangers as friends. Okay, so here is what we are. If you can, I know I don't think anybody watched up to here this video. If anybody watched, I'll give you a little bit challenge. Okay, let's do it right here. So I am going to cut all these vegetables. Vegetables means this bitter melon, and put it in my refrigerator. Right, I'm going to save it in the refrigerator freezer. So my question is, can you guess something about my refrigerator? It's just a funny thing, okay? Since you listen all this, so I am going to give you a chance. It's just a joke. If you can correctly guess my refrigerator's name, brand name, and the color of my refrigerator, okay, let me say in this way. If you can figure it out, yeah, 3 points. Because if I just give you 1 point, you're going to comment so many comments there, and it's like in couple of comments you will figure it out. So therefore I'm going to give you a real serious one. Okay, you can just guess it. It's funny though. I thought that I wanted to do something. So if you can guess the brand of the refrigerator, what color is my refrigerator? So if you are assuming if it is a silver, that's a color, right? It's a metal. Or if it is a copper, I don't know whether whatever you think. There are hundreds of refrigerators in the world, right? So you need to guess. And you need to tell me how many doors in my refrigerator. There are 3 questions together, okay? So you need to find, you don't need to find the year or anything, because I should tell you, I bought this year, so it's a new one, okay? But my question is, how many, the brand name, what is the color of my refrigerator panel, right? Panel means in the front of the refrigerator. If you look at the refrigerator in the store, you can see multicolored refrigerators, isn't it? So you have to say the color of my refrigerator. Of course, if my color of the wire is black or wire is blue, that's not included, okay? It's just when you look from the front side, what is the color of the refrigerator, okay? Front view, okay, that's clear. Then, hope it is recording well. I don't even know how to record a video, okay? Because I didn't try this before, okay? Because this is my second video, so yeah, hopefully it is recording. Hope you can hear well. So the brand name, second is color of the front view, right? Front view color. And the third one, how many doors in my refrigerator. If you can get all 3, you can do only one answer one time, okay? Not more than, don't go to the multiple email and answer, because I can easily look at all those to confirm that are you the real one or not, okay? So don't do that, please. Don't do that. It's a joke, right? I will buy some candy or not candy, chocolate or something, and that will be a gift. I don't know what it is. I have to decide in next. I'll give you a date. So I'll decide and give you a gift. If anybody can answer that question rightly, it's just a fun thing, okay? Entertainment purpose only. So, okay, so I think you got it, what I'm talking about. You just comment that in my comment section if you are listening this video up to here. And if you like to participate in it, you can just answer what is the brand, you are guessing, right? You guess the brand, you guess the color, and you guess the number of door. If you are thinking 1 door, 2 door, like that, you know what I'm saying, number of doors. And you just leave it there. You don't need to do anything. Okay, of course I will look at every other, whenever I get time, but I decided to start this YouTube channel, so I am sure I will look at it, okay, every day if I get time or before I sleep. But I'll wait until March, because I don't know, even 100 people can watch this videos, right? Like, it's just a random video, so nobody have time to do that, right? So what I am going to do is, I will wait until next year March 31st, that is 2024 March 31st, and I will look at it. Sorry, I was deviated because I was thinking so many things. Okay, so I'm going to select a winner. Of course, before that I will know, right, who got right answer. So just try, you know, if you listen up to here, you can do it. It's very simple. I will select a winner and I will decide that. Maybe I'll ask you guys what to give, or I will make sure to give you a little gift, you know, something. It's fun. Okay. So therefore, you have to answer that there. Okay. I'm almost done. I have only a little more left. Okay. So I would like you to do that. And then next point is, okay, so that answer, you just post it there and you just don't worry. I will look at it and I can pick one. Okay, so that's, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, the second point, let's finish our bitter melon story. So it has some clinical data, like very short clinical studies show you bitter melon is good for your, good means it is, oh, it's not, the outcome is not like that. It is saying it can reduce blood glucose. That's all it says. So it's up to you if you have diabetes or something. If you wanted to try, you can try, drink it or eat it, and it may be very helpful, or it will, like, you know, you have to, especially if you have like really too much health issue, the food is a big factor, exercise is another factor. But if you don't have any health issues, still keep doing the healthy choices so that it will help you. Okay, so this is our bitter melon story. Did I miss anything? I was planning to say things I forgot, you know. So another point, I forgot to mention that, like, if a patient is pregnant, they are not supposed to eat these things, okay? Especially these are like an unknown alkaloids in it, so it can damage your body. I'm going to pour this in this part. So I'm talking about the pregnancy patients cannot take, like pregnant people cannot take, pregnant women cannot take this, cannot eat, what do you say, cannot drink bitter melon juice. Of course, I'm sure people eat bitter melon in the food, it may be fine. But I don't think you should drink bitter melon juice or something. That's just like, if you eat any plant juice too much, it can cause something. Because why I'm saying is because there is not much studies available, right? If you have so much studies available, you can just say yes or no. Don't drink like you drink water. That's a one point, okay? And okay, so then there is not a report about liver injury, like a proven report is not available, okay? And yeah, that's a bitter melon story. So what I am going to do is, I will make sure to pack these and refrigerate it. if you can keep watching my videos carefully, and I always think that if I ever make a video, I would never ask people to subscribe. Okay,